very welcome back to Soccer Card United. It's time for episode 182 of the greatest soccer card podcast in the world. My name is Jason, that's Enzo. Hi Enzo.
Hello Jason.
It feels like a long time since we did a podcast.
It has been a long time. We've been too busy travelling.
We did one last week in the garden.
Oh, that's probably why it feels like we haven't done this in a long time.
Because we haven't done it in this studio in 2 or more weeks.
Yeah, we were in the garden 8 days ago in the garden, Jason. And then when you have 2 podcasts a week, an 8-day gap is not okay.
Yes.
We've not been, our for all the good our travelling has brought us, it has delayed our podcast capabilities a little bit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it has done.
We're out there in the mud trying to learn about this hobby more and more.
Yeah.
So we can come back here and report to people what's going on out there in the streets, in the cities, the different cities.
Yeah, we're travelling the world trying to figure out...
Because who trusts a podcast that doesn't travel the world?
Yeah, because it's like...
What are you talking about?
You can sit in the studio in your ivory tower.
Talking about the hobby.
Yeah, and you can dictate to the people on the street the way things are and the way things ought to be. But unless you're out there on the ground...
You're outdated.
You're outdated.
You're outdated fast.
You know? You may have book learning, but you don't have street smarts like us.
We are hands-on.
Yeah, absolutely. And our most recent hands were on Copenhagen.
Oh my God.
Capital city of Denmark for the Nordic card show.
Take 2.
Take 2. Well, Take 2 in Copenhagen.
No, but that's our second time of going.
Oh, I wasn't thinking from my own perspective.
You've got
to. Self-confidence is low.
Jesus.
Yes, back there again. And this was a good weekend.
Yes.
2-day show.
2-day show.
Now everyone knows that we have our reservations as to the 2-day show model and how necessary it is.
In Europe, I've only seen one good 2-day show. That's the London Card Show.
I mean, you've seen good shows, but you mean
2-day, the second day
being as good as the first day?
Yes, London Card Show is the only place I've seen that.
There have been lots of good shows that are 2 days long.
Yeah, 100%.
But the Sundays are all too often...
They're always overshadowed by the Saturday.
Yes.
The Saturday is when it happens. London manages to fit it all in 2 days back to back.
Yes.
Consistently. And of course, the National does a 5-day extravaganza that is never to be missed.
Never to be missed.
Unless it's back in Atlantic City anytime soon.
Yeah. But we were up there and we had a good time. We went with a very different a different experience to the one we had last year, because last year we weren't really going to card shows as prolifically. We hadn't been to as many. We didn't have, I guess, strict ideas like we do now about what we do and what we don't do. And one of the things that we did was buy some great cards.
We went crazy with buying.
Yes. People may have seen on our Instagram story on the day that or Twitter, that we bought a Thierry Henry 1-of-1 mosaic.
We have a €1,300 offer on that now.
Oh, wow.
By the way, I just haven't got back to him.
Okay.
I want more.
Okay. Throwing down the gauntlet.
I want more.
To that person live on the...
live on the air.
Yeah. So that was good.
We bought a lot.
Bought a lot of stuff.
We basically, last year, we had made some Danish krones that we never exchanged. So we just had them. And we went back there. We said, we have a bit of change. That's good. If anyone needs change, we have some. Great.
Yeah, we have a float.
Then halfway through the show, we said to ourselves, after the Saturday, I suppose, we said to ourselves, last year we never exchanged this money. And although it is tangible money that can be changed without any real issue, it feels like monopoly money. Because it's like, there's hundreds, there's thousands as notes. The notes, like, I think it's like 700 krone is equal to like, let me see,
€1.
Might be €10, or might be €100.
13 to 1, isn't it?
It's so like 700. I'll do this. I'll do 1,000. Oh god.
Just do €1 to.
No, like 1 krone is 13 cents, but I don't care about that. I'm saying 1,000 krona is €130, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, if you €1, Jason, is 7 krones.
Okay, right, yeah.
So €100 is 740. 750. Sorry, it's monopoly money. You're dealing with big numbers. You're dealing with 500 notes, 1,000 notes, all sorts of stuff. So we just said, let's just go on a little spending extravaganza.
Yeah.
Let's just spend the money. Look around. I was saying at the table, I said, Jason, have a look around. Report back what you like. Don't bring the money with you. Just look. Then I'll go around, I'll report back what I like, we'll exchange notes, and we'll make some plays.
And we did that, and it was good fun.
It was good fun.
I picked up some stuff that you don't really see. One of the things we picked up was these England 2004 E-Tops cards, which were
cool.
I guess I'd seen them before, but I looked at them, and it's one of those sets where it's like, I kind of saw on eBay there's like some for like reasonable prices, but I'm like, surely this is rare. Like, what is this?
Yeah, like what's going on?
Yeah. Stuff like that, autographs, some nice 2017 color.
Yeah, some 2017 Coutinho color.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. We one of our dear friends, one of the native English speakers at the show who had a table. We bought out all their kind of base cards that they didn't want to carry home with. That was nice, a nice thing to do. I'm trying to think. Did you pick up any Irish cards?
No.
I picked up that Gilardino was in
Frankfurt.
Frankfurt.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what we did when we got the Henry. We put together a few cards that were cool.
We
got some select autographs. That's it.
Select autos.
Gerrard and Fernando Torres for Liverpool select.
Yeah.
We got some Ozil Prism autograph. We got maybe a Jamie Vardy and a Zaha.
Yeah. Got a first year Topps Finest Ronaldo that went within a couple of hours.
Yeah.
First year Prism Peter Schmeichel autograph.
To 7, I think.
There was a lot of Danish cards on the table because it was a co-hosting event between the Nordic Card Show and PokeCon. So I guess like a lot of the Danish collectors have collected cards, and the idea is that the walk, like when we go to something in Ireland, the foot traffic, even people who aren't necessarily hobby heads
want their stuff,
will look and go like, oh look, that has some meaning to me, and it's a kind of an entryway. But it was like when we went to France and ended up buying loads of Mbappe.
Yeah,
I was like, why is there so much Christian Eriksen on offer here? Is this not?
Do you not love him?
Are you not the guys who are supposed to be keeping all this?
But they are the guys.
But they have so much of it that they can.
Some of it's for sale.
Yes,
yeah. Same as us selling a Robbie Keane.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
It does make sense when you really get down to brass tacks.
From year 1 to year 2 of the Nordic Card Show.
Yeah.
Obviously, they moved it to a 2-day event, which we, just Saturday would have been perfectly fine in our eyes. But one of the big things that we kind of seen different in the Nordic hobby from external kind of eyes, was that there did seem to be a lot more breaking going on. People buying into breaks and people hosting breaks. We know that because the Thierry Henry that we bought was hitting a break. Yeah, and we also know that because there was a few breakers, in the room at tables walking around.
Yeah, there was a lot, like when we brought up some boxes there last year, sealed wax. Like there was kind of like, oh, look at this sealed wax, and this year there was much more of a, it was like less kind of shock and awe, and it was like, oh, you got some boxes, cool, man. So do we.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's definitely, there was definitely like, there definitely been like a proliferation of breaking and opening boxes and stuff since we'd been there last time. And I think the Nordic, there's people from Sweden there, Norway. We didn't see our Finnish friend from last year.
No, he struggled with a payment method, and I don't think he ever bounced back.
But yeah, so it was good.
Yeah, there was a lot of people there with big cards telling us what the value was valued at.
Yeah.
There was tables out there telling people the value of cards, not buying, mind you, but telling people the value and adding a few percentage on top. So people kept coming to me, as they did in Frankfurt, Jason, saying, that table over there told me this is worth 2,000.
Yeah.
Did they buy it? No. Right. And you're looking for what off me?
Yeah.
2,000? No, sir.
Yeah. I don't think it's we're not going to name names.
Bad etiquette, I would say.
I don't think it's ethical to give valuations for things that you have no intention of buying.
Yes. If someone comes up to me and says, can you put value on this? The value I put is the value I would be willing to pay.
Yeah.
And then if it is worth that and that's what I was willing to pay, I would probably pay it. Do you know? I understand. I don't know. I had in Frankfurt and in Copenhagen, it's like a trend going on.
Yeah.
There's tables that are like buying, but not really. Some of them are, obviously, and they're just telling people this is worth the sun and the moon. And then I have people walking up to me at the tables going, I was told this is worth the sun and the moon, and I'm looking to sell it.
Yeah.
And we're just like, yeah, but it's not.
Now it's different if you say like we've seen tables that shows before that say we're buying cards at 70% comps.
Yeah.
So then you say to somebody, that's a situation where the table says, yeah, this is worth about 1,000. I'll give you 700 for it. Mm-hmm. That's perfectly reasonable because you're including in the valuation what you would pay.
Yeah.
And if we've got questions on this show before where somebody says to us, hey, I have this card. What do you think is kind of like the height that this could rise to? Mm-hmm. What's like your estimate of what this is worth under these conditions or under this time or whatever? And that's in context as well. But just no context valuations is kind of damaging to especially for like dealers like us that are actually buying and trading,
looking to buy.
Yeah,
and it damages because it kind of pigeonholes some people, especially in like the Nordics. Like there was people there that had cards that they just couldn't sell. Right, we have the
same thing in Ireland.
Similar to us in Ireland, they're isolated. Especially if you're not someone that wheels and deals on eBay frequently. You know, you're not used to shipping international.
Yeah.
Same to Ireland. You get a big card, a good card, and you could be stuck. And if someone in Ireland came up to us with a card and we said that's worth €2,000,
yeah,
and it's actually worth probably like 1,000 or 1,200 or whatever, they'll be walking around going, I need to sell this. I want to sell this. I want to continue on. I want to pick up PC cards. But I don't want to get robbed, so I need my 2,000. I was told by someone that's very kind of established, someone that I trust, this is worth 2,000, so I cannot get robbed. And then they end up just holding it for however long because they have this idea of what the value of their card is.
Yeah.
I don't love it.
But on a much lighter note, we got an amazing gift from Casper of Soccer Stubs.
Oh, yeah.
Who just walked up to us, and we'd met him last year, and we said, hey, Casper, how's it going? And he said, I have a gift for you guys. And what he had for us was, for anyone on YouTube, that's me, by the way, on that part of the screen.
Different class. Was
our own custom cards done in a sort of animated style portrait of me and you. So, if you haven't seen this, it's on our Instagram. Obviously, you're watching on YouTube, you can see it right now. But that's you.
Yeah.
And that's me. And these are based on our content from the National.
Our discretions at the National, would you say?
So that was very, very fun.
No, they were super cool. Super talented.
Yeah, amazing stuff.
Look at that. My shirt as well. I'm so happy that shirt made it.
Yeah.
I got bullied for that shirt and now I have it in a card form forever.
So, yeah, somebody said we should put them up at Golden. That'd be good. We maybe can make King of Collectibles Season 3.
We missed the boat on Season 2.
Yeah. Did you not hear that?
No, I know I have. Well, we got an email actually saying if you have anything that you want to put in and become part of the show and da-da-da-da.
I think everyone got that email.
Yeah, I think that was like a lie because I'm pretty sure they have finished.
They're trying to appeal to your ego.
And it almost worked.
Yeah.
I considered it. I said, you know what? Maybe it could be me. Maybe it could be me on Netflix someday.
So thank you to Casper.
If anyone
that
listens to this podcast ever ends up in a Netflix style opportunity, because I'm pretty sure someone has already, put our name in the hats. We want to be in there. We want to be on Netflix.
What do you mean?
If anyone is ever in a situation where they are kind of part of some form of Netflix setup,
if anyone's ever like involved in producing something,
producing, or they could be part of it, and they're saying, do you know anyone else who'd suit this perfectly? You say, oh yeah, I do.
Yeah.
There's a man called Enzo. There's a man called Jason.
Yeah.
They are blockbuster.
Right.
I need that. But thank you so much to Casper.
Yeah, that was very nice. And thank you to everyone else who came up and said hello. Did a deal with us. And generally we had a nice time. And I don't know when exactly we're going to be back at the Nordics, but I think that was not our last time.
Yes. So
we'll be back.
Always a pleasure going into Copenhagen and interacting with the people there.
Yes. Now, pity that Aer Lingus don't fly to Copenhagen.
Oh, if there's one thing that'll stop us going back, it might be that.
Serious barrier.
I couldn't believe it. This is my first time as officially a silver member of Aer Lingus, by the way. I've upgraded. This should have been top of the show. I've gone from green tier Aer Lingus to silver.
Yeah.
Jason, I'm talking about
in the Air Club.
I get fast track now.
Uh-huh.
I get priority boarding. I get access to that lounge.
Yeah.
And only if if I'm traveling with Aer Lingus. So in this scenario, as this newly crowned silver member.
Yeah, newly minted silver member. I was not able to take advantage. I was standing there with you in the line for security instead of fast tracking, you know? Because you weren't flying Aer Lingus.
Because I wasn't flying Aer Lingus, so never again.
Yeah. So if you'd like us to come to your card show,
make sure
it's somewhere along an Aer Lingus route.
And there's so many Aer Lingus routes.
Yes, they're one of the great airlines. Norwegian did not take us up on our offer to steal the deal on Aer Lingus and become the official airline of Soccer Cards United.
It was very close. And to be honest, it was a pleasure.
Pleasure to fly Norwegian.
Yeah, it was. Next time it'll be back with Norwegian as well. God bless.
Flew back with that other airline.
The other one.
That other budget airline.
Shocking airline.
Shocking. Terrible stuff.
That's actually the reason there was no Monday podcast, by the way.
Yes, our flight was delayed.
Like fucking too
And
long.
then was horrible.
And I was sitting front row and I had a terrible time still.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tough stuff.
Tough. I got on front row, so I'm like seat number 1.
Yep.
Right? I'm on seat. I treated myself to some leg room. I said, let's do this. Seat number 1 I'm on. And I get on, I have a bag, I have a backpack, I have a roller banner.
Yeah.
And this air hostess lady working there for this airline tells me I should probably put my bags down in row 2 or 3 or 4 because there's no space here. And I was like, what do you mean there's no space above number 1? This is, you can't put anything under a seat because it's like an emergency exit. You need to put everything above. How have you allowed these other people to fill up this?
Yeah.
And I said, I think my stuff's going to fit up here. And I made my space.
Yeah.
Because the benefit of seat 1 is you get off first. You don't get off first if you have to go, sorry, I need to just edge a minute.
You need your luggage close by.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, people.
It's not hard.
We will not be flying again for business purposes or hobby purposes, should I even say.
Yeah.
Until, because I know you're flying at some point somewhere. That's not important right now. Until the 27th of October.
Something like that, yeah.
Beautiful.
So that was Copenhagen. Great to see everyone. Congratulations to the guys for another successful show. Now, Topps Finest Flashbacks
is back.
This time modelled on 1994 Topps Finest. And it came out online exclusive for Montgomery Club members and also then here in Europe. And the design is pretty nice.
It is nice, isn't it?
It is nice. It's kind of fun.
I wish I had the nostalgia to it because this obviously harkens directly back to 1994.
Yeah.
So I don't have the nostalgia, but I think the image is nice. Especially like the one you just had up. I don't love that one, like the kind of insert thing.
Right.
But the normal one I really like. And the images just seem good. For example.
Look at that.
The Haaland image is really good, which actually definitely helps the product. Because you want to be getting that nice Erling Haaland looking well, looking different.
The boxes are firmly above retail as far as I know. I can't exactly remember what retail was.
I think pre-order Montgomery was $99. Listing on US eBay was $109. And then over in Europe it might have been like $110 or $115 euro. So yeah.
The latest sales I see $140, $165. So holding nicely.
Yeah, it has a lot of cool cards in it.
We found with Finest Flashbacks from last year was that it had a similar kind of to first edition. It had not necessarily a widespread appeal among collectors, but the collectors that it did appeal to
were
hardcore loyal to that product.
Yeah, only 1 autograph per case, 6 boxes in a case, 1 parallel and 1 refractor per box.
Yeah.
And 1 jumbo card, of course.
Don't forget the jumbo.
Do not forget the jumbo.
So that's that. A couple of other things came out, but we're not going to get too much into them. Because I don't know about you, but I have product outline fatigue. We've been outlining products week in, week out.
It's the hobby season. I think we're just about at the end, Jason, of the 22-23 season. This is one of the last products. It's not the last one, but it's one of the last products with a Julian Alvarez rookie card in it.
Oh God, what a relief it'll be to have no more Julian Alvarez rookie cards.
He's such a good player.
Oh my God, it's been getting rookie cards for a year and a half
since the World Cup. This
is before the World Cup. It feels like.
Yeah,
he had a River Plate card like 20.
Oh, that's
21.
Yeah, to be honest,
it's September 2023. What's going on here? According to Cardboard Connection, 7 days time we're going to have Finest proper. And that has all sorts of stuff, including the umpteenth Haaland De Bruyne dual autograph of the year. Prize Footballers is back.
That's a fusion.
The Man insert is borrowed from baseball.
They love that.
So
the Man.
Finest is... Where are you on Finest?
It's a weird set.
It always seems to escape my...
Because it's at the very end.
That's probably what it is.
At the very end. Because in fairness, we always sell out of it whenever we have it.
Yeah.
It doesn't last very long.
Yeah.
However...
And I like opening it whenever I open it.
We just bought 4 boxes off someone. Like maybe two masters that gave us 4 mini boxes at a show. I don't remember selling any of them or opening any of them, but I can't find them.
No, we certainly didn't open them.
Did we?
No,
sell
not the, it can't have been this.
No, last year's.
Last year's Finest, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm like, they just disappear, it seems, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I like the look of the Man, especially next to the Fusion. It almost looks somewhat similar there in that image.
Yeah. A lot of colour swirling around.
But like, yeah, you're talking about a Champions League product with 2 autographs in it, and it's like different to Chrome.
Yeah.
Has nice design. Like, I don't know. It is one that's like under respected or underappreciated, and it really does just seem to disappear year on year. But I don't know how I feel. I guess it's just, again, Jason, end of year fatigue, because we do see Bundesliga Finest does very well at shows and stuff like that. So surely you add a Champions League in the mix and it should do well. Yeah,
there's something I can't. I'm not going to be able to think of it now. But there's something when I look at. I'll show you this Leo Messi card, right? When I look at this Leo Messi card, there's something about that I struggle to get into my head. I can't seem to really.
Is it that the Messi's front and center and the background's not a pitch?
Do you know, it could be. It could be. I think maybe it seems a little bit too, for me, my own personal taste, it's a little bit too artificial, I think, Finest designs. They don't.
I think we just don't understand it. Do you know what I mean? Like, Topps Chrome makes total sense to me. Topps Finest doesn't really register.
Right.
In the same way.
Yeah.
Do I like the product though? Absolutely. Like, it's weird to think our Haaland Fusion is from Topps Finest. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is kind of weird.
Just looking at this Jude Bellingham. Like, that's nice and everything. I think it's the image taken out of context and put on the background. And by the time you've gotten to Finest, you've generally seen those images used in several sets.
With backgrounds. And then it kind of just looks like, sometimes to me, the design of Finest can seem a bit like kind of clip art. You know, it actually makes sense. I'm looking back at like 2019 and it has the same vibe.
Yeah.
Like, if you think of that, like, remember the classic Haaland that's like that?
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it, there's also not really a background in that. I think there is more so than this year, but like, you know.
So I think, like, I really like the configuration of Finest. I like the autos and all that stuff. I like the inserts. But there's something just about the design that doesn't connect with me, but connects with other people. So everything's not for everybody.
Yeah, we've definitely not opened enough of it.
Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe it's a lack of familiarity, Jason.
Yeah, maybe it just scares me. Maybe I'm afraid of what I don't know.
That could be it.
Fear of the unknown.
And that might have nothing to do with any product. That might just be you.
That could just be me, yeah. Maybe I'm just a kind of
scaredy cat,
an insecure young man. Not so young anymore.
Yeah, you're not that young. Maybe you're insecure about that.
Aging. Maybe this is all really about me dealing with my own mortality.
Oh my god.
The coming of another Finest product signals the passing of another year. I'm 1 year closer to the grave.
It's like the Wild Swans at Cool. Every year Finest looks the same.
Yes.
But you don't.
I age, but Finest stays the same. There we go. That's the clip. If we had a producer, I'd tell him to clip that.
Yeah, clip that one, and he'd be like, "Are you sure?"
I don't know if that was going to connect, guys. I think you
honest,
should
I wouldn't
leave the clipping to me.
Oh my god.
Anyway, let's move on to your football week.
I do wonder if anyone will get that reference.
Well, we have Irish listeners who might get it.
Might, not even giving them credit.
No,
I love that.
The international break happened. I don't want to get too in the weeds.
Italy won a game
against Ukraine. Yeah.
Yes.
The Spalletti reign has started in earnest.
Thank God. Well, it started with a draw against North Macedonia.
Well, I was kind of giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, no, you don't get benefit of the doubt for that. It's not good.
But that's good. Ukraine defeat.
Thank God.
I hope you're happy.
Finally, someone
those
is
people
able
haven't
to
suffered
defeat
enough.
them. You know?
Right, so I wanted to point out some young stars that have been making waves over the international break. We talked about Lamine Yamal last week. He had another good game for Spain against Cyprus, but I have a feeling we're going to spend all season talking about Lamine Yamal, so I don't want to.
Oh, you have Nusa in here, Jason. Fair play. Nothing gets by you, and I love that.
Yeah.
The new Saudi Mane. Stop.
Okay, so big news out of Senegal. The young man Amara Diouf became the youngest ever player to debut for Senegal at age 15. And he is moving to Ligue 1 to play for FC Metz. Metz have a long-standing relationship between Generation Foot in Senegal. And he's had suitors like Real Madrid, Barcelona, Man City and Arsenal. But when he turns 18, in 3 years' time, 2.5 years' time, he's going to Metz, to Ligue 1, to the League of Talents.
The League of Talents.
So manufacturers, you have 2.5 years to get a premium set in place for Ligue 1 so that Amara Diouf can have a proper rookie card when the time comes. How's that?
Rookie card that he deserves.
Could you ask for any more what do you call it? Warning than that? So watch out for him. Amara Diouf in a couple of years. I don't know if anyone's down there in Senegal can go see him, but if not,
did you see the West Ham fan that went to
Ghana?
Yeah, brilliant.
They did good fun.
Great fun.
I guess we have the AFCON in January as well.
Mohamed Kudus.
So I might see more of.
You're saying if someone got the AFCON license,
yeah,
that'd be good.
Wouldn't that be good? Wouldn't that be something?
That'd be a license to go for.
Something to consider, to think about. Yeah. So watch out for Amara Diouf, especially if because he got the Man of the Match award, I believe, the other night.
At 15 years of age.
Imagine that. Also, star of the Under-20 World Cup earlier this summer for Ecuador, Kendry Paez was back in the news because the other night they defeated Marcelo Bielsa's Uruguay, and himself and Moises Caicedo put on a bit of a show. Chelsea have already signed Kendry Paez for him to move, I guess, when he's 18 as well, from Independiente della Valle, which is where Caicedo came from. But listen to this. Paez, who joined Chelsea from Independiente della Valle earlier this summer for around €20 million, stole the show at Estadio Rodrigo Paz Delgado, becoming the second youngest South American to play for a senior national team, behind only Diego Maradona. The 16-year-old secured an assist on his debut for La Tri, and also went viral for shrugging off former Blues target Manuel Ugarte, the Paris Saint-Germain midfielder. Had a very good performance. I did not see him against Uruguay. I did see him for the Under-20s during the summer, and he's a very exciting young player.
I like that.
So watch out for him.
Keep an eye.
And Brighton have been shopping in the market, especially with IDV, for a while, and Chelsea have decided to cut out the middleman. Just go straight to. It only took them about 600 million quid before they realised you might be paying too much here.
Yeah, they might be getting you.
Yeah, instead of paying Brighton 120 million in 2 years' time,
go straight to source.
There's a lesson there for us all, I think.
Absolutely.
So remembering those names, and we're also remembering Antonio Nusa, who provided assists for Martin Odegaard and Erling Haaland.
Antonio Nusa, the only player on your list, Jason.
Yeah.
Do you know the end of that?
To have a rookie card.
Yes,
2022-23, tops rookie for Bruges.
And he's in Merlin.
He's in Chrome as well.
He's in Chrome and he's in Merlin.
Yeah. I believe he's the second youngest player to ever score in the Champions League after Ansu Fati. Could that be right?
Could be.
But there's all sorts of people calling for their clubs to sign him. Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United, all these guys.
All the big guys.
All these big guys from England. People have said this guy will reach his potential.
Ooh.
I don't know.
It's quite a statement.
I don't know how you come up with something like that. Listen to this. Soon after his statistic gone viral on social media, this is from Martin Odegaard, adoring Arsenal fans noticed the link-up playing between Nusa and Odegaard, and one fan wrote, Antonio Nusa is a generational player. Get the money out, Arsenal. Another added, Antonio Nusa is necessary for Arsenal to sign. I think Arsenal are doing okay.
The Nusa. A lot of people are generational too early, I think.
Yes. You can't have... If you're generational, it means you're the only one in that generation. You can't all be generational at the same time.
No.
Odegaard says about Antonio Nusa, fantastic. He's an incredibly exciting player. You see it, every time he gets the ball, it's exciting. He's still young and he'll get even better. It was cool to see him. He deserved to get the chance that he took it to such an extent. Incredibly cool. He must continue as he has done. Work hard, be humble. He's a nice boy. Very calm and very nice type. He's going to be just fine. He has to enjoy the football and continue to deliver as he does. Then it will be good. I have a feeling whoever translated that is probably more comfortable translating in some language other than Norwegian. Or maybe Martin Odegaard was speaking English, but I don't think so because he was talking to a Norwegian station. Anyway, yeah. Watch out for Antonio Nusa.
Keep an eye out. He has them rookie cards now that are like, could they be going cheap at the moment?
Yeah.
Because how good is he?
How good is he?
That's what they say.
I had a quick glance on eBay and such, and I don't think there's a lot of low-numbered Antonio Nusa out there right now.
No.
So, I don't know if people are just hoovering it up. Maybe some of it could be at PSA.
You'd wonder how affordable the Bruges spot in a case break is.
You would wonder that.
That's what I'm wondering.
Did it just go up?
Yeah, we're the worst.
After a plug on the world's apparently greatest soccer card podcast. Apparently so.
Nobody digs this deep, Jason.
Then a couple of shout outs, not going to go into detail here, but Jude Bellingham, outstanding for England.
Once again.
Especially against Scotland at Hampden Park last night. And Neymar.
Commiserations to Maguire again.
Yeah, the fascination with Harry Maguire, to be honest. Who cares?
You're so Kate now, look at you.
Who cares? Like, he's a player for England and Manchester United. If you're not an England fan or Manchester United fan,
get over it.
If
he scored an own goal, jeez.
Who cares?
The English.
Well,
and the Twitter troll. Football Twitter does.
I just think it's like, it's just, everyone likes a punching bag, you know? Yeah. Everyone likes to gang up, and it's like, what have you done? Nothing.
You haven't played for England.
You haven't played for England. You haven't played for your Sunday League team week in, week out.
No, they might have.
Well, maybe their Sunday League team's not very good. What I mean is, it's like, pick a new guy, you know?
Pick someone else too.
Pick someone else. Not for me to say. I'm not a fan of bullying.
Okay.
But I think you look out at, like, we're talking about all these young players, amazing players. It's a lot more fun to focus on the exciting and positive things than just beat up on some guy who is irrelevant.
Wow. What a polite insult. What a polite way to
basically for me, as soon as he let Bruno Fernandes lift that trophy while he was the club captain, okay, we don't need to talk about this guy anymore. Finished, done.
Neymar.
Yeah.
Talk about generational.
Yes. Absolutely generational.
Talk about underappreciated. Underrespected.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Disrespected.
Talk about Neymar. What did he do?
He has only gone and become the all-time leading goal scorer ever all-time for Brazil. One of the most decorated national teams ever. Especially in World Cup terms. Breaking the record set by a little guy you might know. Pelé. Now, I don't know what way we're counting Pelé's goals for Brazil, but Neymar has surpassed it.
Yeah. I saw Romelu Lukaku now has the same number of international goals as Pelé.
Lukaku is also just a different beast. But like Pelé, like 77 Brazil goals in an era where he also won 3 World Cups is insane.
And they weren't playing international games week in, week out.
All of the time, yeah.
Neymar had his 2 goals in a thumping of Bolivia. Was kept quiet in Peru last night. But a nice achievement for Neymar.
Yeah, a nice thing for him to have.
Yeah. It's also, I believe, the only person to ever score in both the Copa Libertadores and Champions League final.
Fascinating.
He has done it all, and yet he hasn't done quite as much as he promised. as his talent promised, as we hoped for him.
Yeah.
It's a
weird one, but at the same time, over the years watching Neymar play, he has delighted many a time.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like...
Especially, to be honest, when he first went to League 1, he was on some different shit.
Oh, yeah.
But that's because he was there at his prime, pretty much.
Yeah, he was there and before the injuries started and all that stuff. I think as well, it's like people talk about Neymar as a frustrating player, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But imagine how frustrated he must be. You think you're frustrated by Neymar. Neymar's frustrated by you. Because no matter what he does, it's not good enough. Imagine being so talented that you do everything Neymar does and people still say, yeah, but...
yeah, but what?
But what?
I'm fucking Neymar.
Yeah.
That's why I was devastated in the World Cup when they bottled that against Croatia.
Yes.
That was such a moment.
Yeah, because he obviously when he first burst onto the scene, it looked like the World Cup was going to be his playground, and it just, for various reasons, fate conspired against him time and time again.
Yeah, the 2014 Brazil World Cup was amazing until he got injured.
Yeah,
with a very bad injury. And
I was reminded, I was listening to a podcast recently about Neymar, and I was reminded that Brazil team was not a good Brazil team.
No,
it all rested on him.
Yeah.
And he got injured, and it's like he took on that responsibility willingly, time and time again. And it's like, are there like, has he done everything he could have done to have the best career possible? No, but do any of us, like, what standard are we holding him to?
Yeah, like most Brazilian players fall into that category. Ronaldinho, for example.
Most people fall into that category.
Wow, we've brought it deep.
Do you know what I mean? I don't know a lot of people get up every morning and do everything they should be doing.
And in fairness to him,
yeah,
when he moved to PSG, it wasn't just like about the cash. Like, he wanted a project. He genuinely wanted a project, wanted to be this star player for a team.
Yeah.
Do things with them that they'd never done. I think it was the right idea when he did it. Do you know?
Yeah, he wanted to step out of Messi's shadow, win the Ballon d'Or by winning a Champions League with PSG. And it didn't happen, but whatever. By the way, you mentioned that word project. I don't know if I have maybe misheard something here, but I heard Cole Palmer talking about signing for Chelsea. And he mentioned really liking the project. Now, project to me is a term that's come into football as something that non-native English speakers say, that native English speakers have now adopted as, like, it's very strange for me to hear it.
The term project.
The project. I'm very excited by the project. That's not a correct use of the word project. No.
It is.
It isn't.
PSG said, we want to become one of the biggest global teams ever. We want to win the Champions League.
Yeah, PSG were engaged in a Champions League winning project.
Yeah.
But the generic... So you used it correctly. But the generic, the project. It's a very exciting project here. Like, what project are Chelsea on? There's no project.
They're on an insane... Whatever they're doing is different.
Yeah, but it's like... There's maybe on any given time.
Has anyone lost out more than Chelsea by this whole political thing going on in Ukraine?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely probably the Ukrainians, yeah. I don't know. I think it's like when people, you hear native English speakers saying now, we're in a good moment. What are you talking about? You speak English.
That's broken English you're using.
You're like using broken English. But
such is the impact of foreign managers,
it's weird,
foreign
isn't it?
Players. We're in a good moment.
Yeah, we're in a very good moment. We're in a very good moment for the project. What?
What do you?
I don't understand a word you've said.
Jason, don't overshine Neymar again. He just broke.
Sorry.
You're talking about Cole Palmer projects and broken English. Yeah. This is not the time.
I know.
Neymar's like, how is this happening again?
Yeah, this is Neymar's life. He's sitting at homeless in Soccer United.
Going, for fuck's sake.
And what I presume is a beautiful speaker setup that he has in the...
He hears every crack
in the house there.
But no, I am delighted for Neymar. It is kind of like a little feather in his cap.
Yeah, it's a cap stuffed with feathers.
Yes.
Ultimately,
if you're a Brazilian player and you're world class, you're expected to have a World Cup to your name. That's it. To be honest, you're held to a very high regard if you're Brazilian.
Yes.
You cannot not win the World Cup, which obviously you can miss out on a World Cup, but that's kind of
quite easily.
Quite easy. But like, he's won, I believe, many Copa America, or at least one. Maybe one.
One, I think.
I feel like he was missing when they won a Copa America or something like that. I don't know. But he won the Olympics.
Yeah, sure.
He's done a lot. He was just such a fascinating... When he was a youngster playing for Santos, it was such a buzz. He came to Barcelona, did everything he needed to do. It was amazing. And from there kind of went downhill. But in fairness, people don't really fully respect the injuries either.
His senior team honours with Brazil are the 2013 Confederations Cup, and that's it.
He never won. He wasn't at the Copa America. Was he injured?
I guess
when Dani Alves was boss in the midfield.
He's a runner-up in 2021.
That's fascinating.
So
I could have sworn he won a Copa America.
Yeah. Doesn't look... I mean, maybe this is wrong, but I don't think so.
What's that, Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Never wrong.
It's pretty good for football.
Although, you know when people do edit it?
Yeah.
That could happen.
I'm pretty sure he didn't win a Copa America.
But he's in the news, do you know?
His participation in the 2014 World Cup and 2015 Copa America was cut short by injury. Having renounced the captaincy, featured at the 2018 World Cup after missing the 2019 Copa America through injury, he helped Brazil to a runner-up at the 2021 tournament. So did they win it in 2019?
Don't think so.
They did. So he missed that.
Okay. Yeah, so, he's won a Confederations Cup and an Olympic gold, not a Copa America or World Cup. So that's not great.
But I mean, he's had a international career comparable to Romelu Lukaku.
Yes.
So
better. But like Lukaku, what did he win? None.
What did Neymar win?
He won a Confederation Cup and an Olympic gold.
Yeah, well, I'm not really counting the Olympics.
And he's done well. I suppose Belgium did decent in one of the World Cups.
Yeah, what I'm saying is like
they're somewhat similar. Yeah,
it's
and becoming the all-time leading scorer for your country is nothing to be like. He's done all right.
Well, that's what Lukaku did.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah,
he had a comparable international career to Robbie Keane.
Yeah. So
there's no shame in that.
No shame in that.
There you go.
Many have tried. Many are called. Few are chosen. Right. The Champions League starts next week.
Holy shit.
It's that time again.
It's that time again in a big way.
There are rule changes and format changes that we have to go over on Monday.
Okay.
But for now, we're just going to take a quick run through the groups.
Okay.
Because I don't have the brain for rule changes right now.
Don't worry, Chase.
Okay, Group A. Bayern Munich, Manchester United, FC Copenhagen, and Galatasaray. Galatasaray have Hakim Ziyech, Wilf Zaha, and Mauro Icardi up front.
Carnage.
How did that happen?
Carnage. FC Copenhagen, so our friends from the Nordics are going to have a good time.
Yeah.
Some good home games for them. Congratulations.
United and Bayern have to travel up to Parken and try and get a result in the Cauldron.
Yeah, this is a very Man United fear group. Man United are just not really well set. Like Bayern should tie this group up and finish top.
Yeah.
Man United could end up in some slippery slopes if they don't get a good start to the group.
Yeah, I mean Galatasaray is a classic destination where the pundits will say you got to go to Galatasaray and get a result. That's not easy, but realistically, if you compare the squads, you should be easily getting a result at Galatasaray if you're Man United.
But not, and that's a cauldron, by the way.
Yes, but it's I can already see
to get the goal,
the rationalizations.
Oh yeah, they're going to be struggling. I don't know what the first game of that group is or whatever, but I think Man United are in big trouble.
Okay, so
not big trouble, but once again, it's not an easy group.
No, not an easy group. Group B: Sevilla, Arsenal, PSV, and Lens. Great to see Lens in there after finishing second last year in Ligue 1.
I think that's a fun group.
That is a fun group. Sevilla hoping to finish third and get down into Europa League, if that's still the rule.
Yeah, the rule change we'll have to update you on Monday.
Yeah, as to how Sevilla will get into and ultimately win the Europa League. Arsenal back in the Champions League.
Big.
PSV featuring the exciting talent Johan Bakayoko.
Yes.
He has rookie cards as well.
They also have Jimenez, don't they?
And that's Feyenoord.
Oh, so sorry. Where's Xavi Simons playing his trade now?
RB Leipzig.
Is he?
Yeah.
Jesus.
He's having a good time of it as well.
My God.
Group C: Real Madrid, Napoli, Braga, and Union Berlin.
Madrid-Napoli will be a fun game.
Yeah.
I feel like if Victor Osimhen slaughters Real Madrid in one of them games, they're going to put him top of their list to bring in.
Chance to go into the shop window.
Yeah.
Also, Kvaratskhelia been taking a lot of flack recently for slowing down completely in terms of...
As soon as his rookie cards come out.
Yeah, in terms of doing anything.
What's your thoughts on that?
Well, my thoughts are that it's a good example, as if we ever needed another one, that you can't go all in on a player after one season.
No, are you falling away from Kavicha?
No, I think he's an excellent player. I think he still has a lot to offer, but I think we have to take our time with these things. You know, fascinating. And it's also like the expectations of the hobby are super high.
I want him to go on to become one of the best players ever because of his limited rookie cards, and I just want to see what happens.
Yeah, experiment.
That's all I want.
So big opportunity for people to make their name in that group.
Yeah.
Okay, Group D. This is an interesting one. Inter, Benfica, Salzburg, and Real Sociedad.
Our friends, Real Sociedad.
Yeah, that's I would say a pretty wide open group. Now, obviously, Inter would feel disrespected by that, considering they were finalists last year and have started the season very strongly.
Yeah,
but I think that group's pretty open.
Yeah, I think Real Sociedad will have a lot to say in that group.
Yes,
as will Benfica. I'd like to think Salzburg won't pop up. They could.
Who knows? Who knows what crazy rookies they have in store for us this year?
The Talent Factory.
Group E, Atletico de Madrid, Feyenoord, featuring Santiago Jimenez, Lazio, and Celtic, Glasgow Celtic. That is a group that Atletico should win, and I can almost guarantee you will not win.
I mean, it's not... I mean, Celtic are obviously not what they were back in the day.
Yeah.
Lazio have started well.
Yeah, Sarri seems to have found his feet after a dodgy start. I think they had 2 unlucky defeats, but...
It's not a shoe-in of a group, Jason, but obviously you are Atletico Madrid, of course.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a very winnable group last season for Atletico, and they finished bottom, so... Yeah. Expect fireworks in Group E. Group F, Paris Saint-Germain, Borussia Dortmund, AC Milan, and Newcastle United.
Easy group, let's go.
Yeah, how you feel about Milan's prospect in this group?
I'd say we're a very strong shoe-in to come first or second. To be honest, I do think PSG have it in them to come. I mean, to be honest, it's like people are like, that's such an amazing group. I think Dortmund are in the bin. Yeah. I do.
Okay.
I think PSG will be relying on Mbappe for the most part.
Yeah.
And I think Newcastle will probably surprise everyone else with their strength, because I do think like when a Premier League club comes up against European clubs, people always underestimate that the Premier League clubs are actually really, really good.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a blockbuster group and one that you could finish first, second, third, or fourth in easily.
Yeah.
Sandro Tonali apparently is going to be ruled out of both games, and partially that's I think because he just doesn't want to play against Milan, because he has missed like 2 games in like 4 years prior to that. What? Yeah. Tonali's not going to be...
He's injured?
Well, he's unwell.
But is this like, how does he know he's going to be unwell?
No, I don't know. That's the rumours coming out is that he's not going to be playing against Milan.
That is disgraceful.
Yeah. That's why like it's being said that he's not. And I think genuinely he's just the biggest Milan fan you're going to find.
Oh my God.
Yeah, horrible stuff. So I think I fancy our chances, to be honest. But at the same time, anything could happen, which is kind of sad. But it's going to be 6 games that are going to be class to watch, regardless of whether we,
an exciting group.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Bit of crack.
And now, treble winners Manchester City surely have a tough group. Oh,
knock away.
I forgot it's Man City of the Champions League.
Invest in Erling Haaland now before the group stage happens and people realise this fella's fucking different.
Manchester City, Xavi Simons' RB Leipzig, Red Star Belgrade, and Young Boys of Switzerland.
They are going to be made to look like young boys when Erling Haaland is running amok.
Oh my word.
Stat padding that Champions League record.
Such a stat pad group.
Unbelievable. 6 games he's saying. He's going. Unbelievable.
And then finally, Group H, FC Barcelona, who have struggled in the Champions League over the last couple of years. Porto, Shakhtar Donetsk, who are obviously at a significant disadvantage, having lost a lot of their best players and their coach, and not being able to play at home. And Antwerp, who I believe feature Jan Vertonghen.
Toby Alderweireld.
Where's Jan Vertonghen playing now?
I don't think they're.
Oh.
Maybe both.
No, I think it's Alderweireld. He scored the goal in the last.
Yeah, that was Alderweireld.
Okay, yeah.
Jan Vertonghen plays for Anderlecht.
Okay.
Is that no? Is that accurate? Current teams: Belgium. Yeah, Anderlecht. Sorry.
Okay, so one's at Antwerp, one's at Anderlecht.
One's in the Champions League.
One's in the Champions League, one isn't.
Because of that last second goal.
Wow. So, that's a group that you'd like to think that Barcelona will progress from.
Yeah, fair play to them.
Yeah. So that's the Champions League. I haven't seen fully the other thing. Let me just go through. I'm not going to go through them all. Any interesting groups in... Oh, Brighton have a very interesting group in the Europa League. Ajax, Marseille, AEK Athens and Brighton.
That'll be fun. Carnage.
For a team without a lot of European experience.
You're about to get it.
You're about to get it. Anyone else? Liverpool have Lask, Union Saint-Gilloise and Toulouse.
Poor Liverpool being in the Europa League.
They shouldn't be there. They should fly that.
Yeah, should be fine.
I think Bayer Leverkusen are going to have a good season. They had a good season so far. Big game against Bayern on Friday night. They're in the Europa League. If you want to watch Antonio Nusa in the Europa Conference League, he's up against Bodo Glimt, Besiktas and Lugano.
Love that.
So I know somebody could be
Glued to your TV.
Glued to your TV. Here's a lovely... This is the kind of group the Europa Conference League was built for. Group G this year: Eintracht Frankfurt, PAOK, HJK Helsinki and Aberdeen. That is about as Europa Conference League as you get.
You're going to be glued to that.
I love this. I love this. Oh yeah, give me Fenerbahce versus Ludogorets in Group H.
That's what you'll be watching.
Keep Man City versus Leipzig.
Oh my god,
I've no interest. So yeah, we'll go over the boring administrative bits on Monday, just so we all know.
I would love a Conference League only product that was relatively short print, but is just class.
Yeah, just full of absolute obscurities.
Just absolute carnage.
Yeah.
Like, how expensive is it to make a short print
hobby
box of that and just lash it out there and let the D-gens get involved?
Yeah. I'd love that. Give me a Slovan Bratislava dual auto.
For no reason.
I believe Robert Mack is playing there at the minute.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's us. Only one podcast this week. Back to our regular schedule
next week, Monday. And probably for the coming weeks without all of our travel until you eventually jet off.
Yeah, so I think that's about a week and a half.
But you're gone for 2 weeks, are you?
Yep.
And what happens to the podcast?
I'm still deciding.
Great.
I was thinking about pre-recording some stuff.
Okay. Well, you'd want to think fast before...
Talk about that off the air.
Okay.
Okay, thanks everyone. Have a good week.